Hey, my name is Nate Cundy. I'm with the Fort Mill Police Department. I've been in law enforcement for 8 years. I'm assigned to patrol as a sergeant, and then my auxiliary duty is with the Special Services Unit. We're kind of an ad hoc warrant service street crimes unit for our department. Before that, I was at another agency for a number of years on a street crimes unit, and then I was also on a SWAT team there. We recently decided to introduce shields primarily on our Special Services unit, with the goal to start implementing it into our patrol units. We started to get an increase of barricaded subjects within our jurisdiction, and we don't have time to wait for SWAT to show up with a shield. We need to have that on standby for a patrol unit. So we decided to start looking at those for patrol. With the implementation of our Special Services unit, we knew that it was going to be paramount to have a shield within the stack. The shield increases our officer survivability upon approach. That's where statistically officers are killed the most, is at the approach of a building. So that's where the shield comes in huge. Once we make entry into the building, depending on the structure, we either decide to take it with us or we might leave it at the door. The great thing about leaving it at the door is we can always go back and get it if we get into another location in the house and someone's barricaded themselves within an individual room and we haven't confined it to that room. Tactically, we started implementing the shield into our stacks, and we're mostly using it to start covering unknown areas. If we're going down a long hallway and we have two opposing doors and the team needs to take that, but maybe we have a tertiary hallway before those two opposing doors, and that's a threat that we need to plug and provide shield protection for while the team passes by. We just move the shield up, plug it there, let the team flow by, let them clear, and then they'll come in behind the shield and we just flow with it. We always try to implement our shield into our tactics and not develop our tactics primarily around the shield. The shield's a tool, but sometimes you need it and sometimes you don't, just like everything else. So if I'm looking for a new shield, if I was responsible for purchasing a new shield for my unit, what I want to look for is something that's going to be 100% ambidextrous, meaning I can run it left-handed and right-handed. That is huge when we're running these shields, because you never know when you might have to switch, or if you're the primary guy and you're right-handed running the shield, but then you got another guy in the stack who's your secondary and he's left-handed, you need to be able to use that shield with both guys and not just do it to one primary individual. All right, so another thing I want to consider is, where is my handle for my hand. I don't like it to be angled. I want the handle to be center line and running horizontal, parallel with the ground, because if I'm running the shield and for whatever reason I need to conduct a reload, I can take my pistol, set it on that handle, hold my pistol, and can do my reloads and then get my gun back up. Sometimes if you have an angled handle on the inside of that shield, it just makes it nearly impossible, if not just extremely difficult to do it, and it's not really user-friendly to the operator. Another big thing is having a light, especially center line of the shield, some kind of pressure switch on the inside where that light is center line. If anything, not just for being able to look in dark and low light situations, but also just providing that extra sense of shock and awe to a subject when you enter a room. So the first time that we ran a shield on this team, we had a subject that was barricaded within a 12 by 12 shed. He was possibly armed. It was unconfirmed, but he was barricaded, and he was wanted for a violent domestic offense. So we implemented the shield to move across an open area, and that just added an extra layer of protection to our guys who were behind the shield, that knew that if we started taking fire somewhere between the shed and where we were staged, we knew we had ballistic protection, if something were to happen. Yeah, so hopefully you find this information on the shields extremely helpful. And remember always that the shield is just another tool. Don't let it drive your stack, but make sure that you implement it, because it's there to protect you and save lives.